ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। नमस्कार मेरे प्यारे दोस्तों, माय डियर फ्रेंड्स। दिस वीडियो इज in the series of Upanishadic stories. The heading of the story is The Story of Usasti. Like all ceremonies and rituals, the sacrifices later became mechanical and people performed them without knowing their real purpose. This story is one that illustrates this truth. One Usasti visits a sacrifice and teaches the secret of sacrifices to the performers. Usasti is very virtuous, straightforward, and known for his knowledge and integrity. Once upon a time, there lived in Ibdha, a village in the Kuru country, Usasti Chakrayana with his wife. Though poor and simple, he was known to be very virtuous and learned in the Vedic lore. It happened that once a dreadful famine swept the country and food became extremely scarce. One day during that famine, he went to the king of the village and begged food of him. The king was sitting with a handful of parched cereals and was eating of them. When asked for food, the king said most disrespectfully, "Respected sir, these are the only ones I have, and other food have I none. These have been rendered impure as I have been eating out of them." Usasti said, "Never mind, O king, give me some out of them. They are welcome even if ceremonially they are impure." The king then gave him some cereal and offered him also some of the water which he had half drunk. Usasti accepted the cereal but refused the water and said, "Thank you, kind prince, for the food you have spared for me, but I do not want the impure water. I have enough of water with me. I am accepting the cereal half eaten by you because I would die of hunger if I did not take them from you now. But that is not the case regarding water. I am not suffering from scarcity of water." Usasti then partook of some cereals and took home to his wife what was left over. His wife, however, had already secured a little food from somewhere, and therefore she kept for the more of the cereals given to her by her husband. Next morning, hungry Usasti approached his wife and said to her, "If I get some food now, I can go and get some money from the king to buy food again. He seems to be performing some sacrifice and he will have to give me at least as much money as he is paying to his other priest. Here then are the cereals that you gave me yesterday." "Dear," said the wife to him. Usasti then ate the cereals and went happily to the place of sacrifice. The sacrifice was being performed with all pomp and splendor. The king was the householder, Yasmana, for whose benefit it was being performed. Then there were the different Ritviks or priests who carried out various functions in the sacrifice. Usasti went straight to the three principal priests and he accosted them one by one, saying, "Do you know, learned priest, the god that presides over the particular function you are performing? If you do not know and still you keep on performing your function mechanically and in ignorance, your head will fall down from your shoulders. Beware." Obviously, they did not know the answer. The Yajmana was struck by the bold and straightforward attack against the priest. He said respectfully, "May I know, sir, who you are?" "Dear householder, I am known as one Usasti Chakrayana," replied Usasti. "Oh, sir, we all sought after you and wished that you should preside over the functions. But having not found you for long, we had to begin the sacrifice. Now that you are here, kindly lead the ceremonies." Thus saying, the Yajmana entrusted the whole sacrifice to Usasti. Usasti then took the three priests aside one by one and asked each of them questions which they could not answer. Then he told them about the presiding deities and of their respective functions. He said to the first priest, "Prana, or the vital air, is the presiding deity of your function. All these beings enter prana and breathe it. If you perform the sacrifice without knowing this, great harm would befall you." Then he said to the second priest, "Aditya, or the sun, is the deity of your function in the sacrifice. All the beings sing high praise of him. If you perform your function without this knowledge, great harm would befall you." To the third priest he said, "Anna, or food, is the presiding deity of your function. All beings live by taking food. If you perform sacrifices without your knowing this, great is the harm that would befall you." Summing up, Usasti said, "Prana is the essence of life, but prana cannot live without anna or food, and food depends upon the sun god for its existence and growth. The sun god here on earth is represented by Agni or fire. Agni can be satisfied only by offering at the time of sacrifice. This is the meaning of sacrifice preached by Usasti Chakriyana." So here ends this wonderful video. Please like, comment and share the video and subscribe the channel. Thanks a lot. Namaskar, my dear friends.